So we are at the Como-Harriet Streetcar Line. This is where we're going to start, and then we're going to go over to the Excelsior Line. So I'll show you the streetcar they're using here today. So how long have you worked here?
About 48 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah.
You must like it then.
I do. Well, my dad is one of the guys that started this, so I grew up with it.
Cool.
I was 13 when this whole thing started.
So you had a great childhood after that, eh?
Pretty much.
So that's your positive up there on the wire. And that's your negative down there. So there's 600 volts of DC that run through this.
Okay. Great. Now we made it. I like this one.
So where do I put this in here?
Drop it into any of the holes up there.
Cool. What's that do?
So this is our fare box. So people drop the tokens. They would drop tokens or change for the fare into here. It would land here so the motorman could see, look at it, and verify that there was the correct amount. They would press this down and it would drop into the counter, and then they would turn the crank and it counts the tokens or the fare on the in the box, and it gives a display reading here.
Thanks a lot.
Of course.
Okay. I wonder who this guy is here. Ever been on a streetcar before? Gosh, I haven't been on a streetcar since I was a kid in Chicago.
Welcome aboard Twin Cities Rapid Transit number 322. Welcome to the Minnesota Streetcar Museum. This car was built in 1946. It's our newest car, so it's only about 70, 80 years old instead of over 100 years old as our wood panel car number 1300 is. This streetcar was designed to accelerate and decelerate very rapidly. PCC is what the name of this car was, and it was sent for the President's Conference Committee.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for the ride.
Thanks for coming. Hey there, Blake. How you doing? Did you get your tokens? All right.
When's the next trolley?
Got one more. That's it.
Just in time, eh?
Dust the trolley.
Welcome to Duluth Railway number 265. This is a second generation trolley car. It was actually built in Minneapolis car shop in 1915. Ran in the Twin Cities for about a year and then was sold to Duluth as their second generation of trolleys.
On the streetcar line, I run my car in rain or shine. I make no money, but I have a lot of fun, and that's the reason.
Yeah, it's the one that ran the streets of Winona. Just love it. Okay, this is really special because this ran in Hiawathaland. This ran in Winona. He said I could come up in here if I wanted. Just wanted to get a glimpse of this. I know it's dark, but this is just beautiful. See the ceiling? Okay, I tried to adjust the camera just a little bit so I could get some of this. See that ceiling? Ran the streets of Winona. Isn't that awesome? This is awesome stuff.
This is a third generation car. This was Winona number 10. Ran up and down the main drag in Winona, a river town to the south of here. And it just went from one end of the city to the other and didn't need a loop to turn around or anything. So there was a total control on either end. The motorman would drive it that way until he had to stop and then lock up the control and walk through and flip all the seats. They flip back and forth in order for people to be facing in the direction in which they were traveling. And then he would activate the controls on this end and go back in the other direction, back and forth kind of a thing.
So this one had a barn, and the trip might be a little shorter than the first one we were on, but on the return, we stopped at the barn and I got to see that streetcar from Winona. Yeah, Hiawathaland, man. That was awesome. Well, you know I had to go to Winona. That's right, I've got a couple of postcards and I have to figure out where this was taken. And, you know, do the old picture thing and line it up with yesterday and today. So we are in Winona and I have to find the Historical Society first. And then after I go inside and find just a little bit of information I need, we'll get to it. So I'll catch up to you later. Okay, so this morning when I was at the Historical Society, me and a fellow there, Andy, were checking this out. So this is where this real picture postcard was taken. This is where the streetcars ran. Right here. This is the view. I can't get out in the street because I'll get run over. So this is the best I can do. Oh, go ahead. Don't worry about me. Here we go. Right here. Right there. Okay, I am on 5th Street and Center Street in Winona. This house is one of my postcards. You can see it was painted at one time. See the white paint? You'll see that in the postcard. And I'll show you another spot here. This window right here. If you look at that ledge on the bottom, you can see it's in two pieces. So I think that was a single window at one time and a double was added. So this is 5th Street right in front of me. There's another glimpse of the house. Looks like they're doing some kind of work on it. And there's the post office right over there on that corner. So I'm gonna line myself up for this postcard. Okay, this is about as close as I can get. I'm trying to just get a shade of that addition in this photo. I think this is the photo of that postcard right here. Okay, I got two more. I've been searching 3rd Street all the way up and down. I'll show you some photos. I was told it could have been taken in two different places. I have two postcards. Oh, they're taken within feet of each other. So I'm going to show you what I've been searching, and then we'll get back to these two last postcards. I've been up and down the road. You saw the photos. I really don't see anything that's in these two last postcards. I just don't. But I want to say thank you to all the people of Winona, especially on the old Winona County Facebook page, for helping me out with this. A lot of them jumped up and said where they thought it was and everything. So need to say thank you. And hey, if you're looking for a day trip, that Streetcar Museum, either place, when I was there, it was $3 a ticket for a ride. You can't beat that for entertainment these days. Anyway, here's those last two postcards. If you can figure out where these were taken, I sure would like to know. All right, for reference, this is the Winona Waterworks building. And that's Johnson Street right out in front of it, heading out that way, across the tracks. And this building you see here. Now, I can't tell you if this building was torn down and the new one was built, or if this is the original building and remodeled. I just don't have the history on that. But this is 58 Johnson Street. So while I was doing some of this, my wife was shopping. What'd you get?
Yarn.
Let's see if we can see that. There you go, you can see it. Earlier today, I brought her to what do you mean yarn? Oh no, earlier I brought her to a quilt shop. Yeah, now it's the yarn shop. Well, I was running around doing some of this. So we made a day of it. We had lunch in the park. Brought our lunch from home, had a lunch in the park. It was awesome. Just awesome.
And watched the geese.
Watched the geese.
And they were really tame. I mean, they wouldn't come up to you, you know, but they were just a few feet away from us.
So, getting back to our streetcars. I don't know how many stalls there were for these streetcars in the barn, but in the early days when they talked about the horses and the streetcars, when the horses would pull them, you know, down the tracks, they had 11 stalls then for streetcars and 34 horse stalls for horses. That was before it was electrified, so that's just awesome history. But what I'm showing you today, this was all electrified tracks. You can see all of the lines up above and everything. Gosh, what a mess that would have been, huh, to work on that. Anyway, I hope you liked this video as much as I enjoyed making this one. This one was awesome. And if you're wondering where Todd is, well, after we got done at the Streetcar Museum, we wound up at his house, and then I had the idea, you know, I'm gonna add this Winona trip. So, had to do it, just had to do it. God bless you all. I'll see you on my next one.